What up, boys, and welcome back to another video. So today we're going to do something different. Wanted to buy gold, a guy in the gold making community, great fella. He has started this like 20 days of gold making up until Legion. Basically it's just a bunch of these questions that you can see right here. There's more questions as well. Obviously there's 20 questions, and it's basically just questions about gold farming, like how did you start out, what are your like tips, and what are your plans for the future, and so on. And basically it's this kind of community challenge. He tries to get people that are into the gold farming community to share all their thoughts and tips, and I thought it was a great thing. He first invited me like 4 days ago, and I've just been so busy. I haven't really gotten around to do any questions, so I decided to finally pick up on it, and I will just answer the first 4 questions since I'm like 4 days behind schedule. So there's gonna be a lot of good YouTubers doing these tips, and for those who are wondering, like, don't worry, I'm still gonna upload gold farming videos, so this will just be an additional video, and I would love for you guys to tell me in the comment section if this is something you wanna hear. There's a lot of interesting things going on in these questions, and a lot of things that I think will help both you and myself out in this challenge. So yeah, leave a comment down below and tell me what you think about this idea, because it's basically going to be like a video daily as like answering these questions, as well as gold farming videos besides from that. So yeah, let's just start. Like, my gold making origin, like where I did start and what triggered it. Okay, so it's no secret, I played since vanilla, and it was really hard to afford anything in vanilla. Like, if you wanted an epic mount, you had to grind your ass off. Like, it was so hard. And this is hands down no joke, I farmed linen cloth in Westfall all the way up to epic mount. That's all I did, and I thought it was really fun. I have no clue how old I was, like 12 or 13 and some shit like that back in the old days. But I just went to Westfall. It was probably not even the best spot to farm linen cloth in, and I just went around with my rogue and I killed one in one mob, and that's the only thing I sold. I sold it to a friend of mine, who I later found out that he just bought it from me and sold it for even more on the auction house. I mean, I spent hours farming that shit. And that's how I started out. Like, I actually enjoyed it. Like, World of Warcraft was such a new and fresh game for me, and was something completely else. So it didn't really matter what I did in the game, I just enjoyed doing it. So for me it was great. I can't really complain. And like, day 2, what's my goal? When I first started out gold farming, it was obviously to get the necessities. Like, I wanted to get flying, I wanted to get that epic riding skill and so on, and I wanted to be able to afford flasks and potions and enchants and so on. But when I really got into gold farming, all I wanted was that damn spectral tiger, you know? And I could afford it. I could have bought it at one point, because I started to farm gold really seriously, and I could afford it. So my goal is no longer a spectral tiger. I mean, I could have bought that one before, and now it's going up in price, and I'm sitting on like 5-6 million gold. So I'm not sure if I can quite get one now in EU realms, but I don't really have any goals. You guys know about the spider mount for 2 million gold. I really wanted that one, but then again, 2 million gold, this is not to be cocky, but it's not really that much when you're like basically playing the game to gold farm, right? So I wish that Blizzard kind of made like a title for the mount, and I wish that the mount costed even more gold. Like, I think it would have been a really cool thing if they made the mount at least 5 million gold with like a mailbox on it, and maybe like a golden spider. It would be cool, and you would receive a title and an achievement for buying it. That would have been cool. That would have been my goal. But yeah, I don't really have a goal. I'm gonna get to my 10 million gold. I'm gonna buy some cool shit that I want, and I'll just do some giveaways, I guess, because I farm gold because I think it's fun to discover new farms and do the grind, the RNG. That's what drives me. And tips and tricks. What were your first techniques when I started out? Well, basically it was getting myself auctionator. That was my biggest what can you call it? My biggest, when I advanced in gold farming, I started out using auctionator, because before I just farmed gold and I went on the auction house and I searched up the item. I was like, oh shit, this one is worth a lot of gold. So when I first started to use add-ons, like, add-ons is a great tool. It's the best tips that I can give you guys. if you guys have no clue about gold farming, as long as you download TSM, you need TSM, not Auctionator now though. As long as you download TSM and you get Loot Appraiser, it doesn't matter what you farm. Just go and farm whatever I tell you to go and farm in the videos, and you don't have to worry about what you're farming after, because the add-on will basically tell you if the items have value, and you just put it up. You can also use a lot of different features with TSM, like sniping and so on. But as long as you have TSM and Loot Appraiser, you can just go into a dungeon and you can farm it, and it will pop up as soon as you get something with value. So that's basically it. If you guys have any more questions regarding it, feel free to leave them down in the comment section. Now, how I store gold, really important. Well, it's not that important now, it's more important before, because materials and so on didn't stack in 200, it stacked in 20, so you had to have a bank out. I personally didn't need a bank out myself, because as you guys probably know, I started out just farming big RNG items. I had like 50 battle pets, some Seal Tomb of Lost Legion, Batcher Tilts, dices. I didn't really feel like I needed it, but then I stepped into the transmog market and I quickly got like 500 plus items, right? And I couldn't really store those on one tune. I also started crafting a lot of transmog items and different items, like buying materials, farming materials, and crafting it. And it was quite a hassle to craft those items, sell it on that tune, and then everyone like had to gather up materials from different tunes and send it between them and so on. So what I do now is I just leave all my tunes broke except for my bank, and I just send all the materials and everything I farm to my bank, and it controls it from that point. It saves a lot of time. And that is basically it for the 4 questions. So once again, I think these questions and this challenge is a lot of fun, but it's really what you guys think. If you guys found this interesting, please let me know. If you don't find it interesting, let me know. I really want your honest opinion. And that's basically it. So yeah, if you guys haven't already, make sure to hit subscribe right down here, and I will be back tomorrow with another gold making video. See you then. Bye bye.